gonna show me how to get this money, man?
I'm still in a rush. I need to meet a client, man. But I've got something for you still.
Yeah, what's this?
It's got everything you need to know, man.
Hey, yo, make sure you log on and go and get the Hustlers Only book as well, man. So you can learn how to get it in like my brother S, you get me? And my brother Malone, you get me? Respect Uncle Dean for coming through and doing this thing while I'm at your spot still. Few things I wanted to catch up on still. I'm gonna get into the first, like the main reason I'm here is because I see you talking about your Indigo platform where you're looking to launch. I want to get into that in a minute still. That's the main reason I come down here still. But current affairs, recently there's been one video going around. It went kind of viral for the wrong reasons. But one girl bullying one next girl, you get me? It got recorded, but the girl who was doing the bullying has been getting a lot of backlash as a result of it, you get me?
As she should.
Yeah, so I wanted to know your take on that whole situation there still.
Well, first and foremost, don't know for frightened. And even though that young lady may have presented herself as a predator, she's still a victim. And at the end of the day, she's still a child. We have to take all those things into consideration. Now, we also heard the feedback from her mother, her key carer, and we saw that there's no parental responsibility in there because none of us want our children to be predators. Now, if my child assaults someone in defense of themselves, it is what it is. But if my child is a predator, it's my responsibility to pull in that person. So in terms of the young lady who was the aggressor, she's a victim. She doesn't know it because she's feeling the spoils of war. But when you market yourself in a particular way, aggressively, and I've seen it in my life, somebody will prepare for you aggressively, and they don't have to be hot. It can be the physically weakest of people. If they pull out one of those zombie knives and they put it in you, your life force is going to leak out. And how would any parent who's defending that bully feel about that? It's either one or two things. And we got to make this decision as parents. It's either you chastise your child, or law enforcement's going to chastise your child, or another child or group of children will, and they may cancel their contract. So you got to think about that as a parent. The young lady herself, it's all noise. It's hype. She did it for promotion. And the fact that she's talking about beating up another girl who's probably just as passive as the young lady.
She does come from beating up somebody.
That's her thing that she does. However, somebody will mark your spot. And tomorrow isn't promised to any of us or our children, unfortunately. This is where we find ourselves.
So what do you feel was a motivation for even doing that in the first place?
Promotion, 100% promotion. Because the young lady who was attacked, number one, spoke in her dignity. And she said, whether you're a bully or not, I'm not scared of you. And she remained in that. The fact that she was physically beaten doesn't mean anything. She has all her dignity, regardless of what happened on the camera.
What did she say? She said, you don't have the right to tell me what to do or something like that. Yeah, I rated that.
Our inalienable rights under God, and this is my position as a man. This is my position when it comes to government. This is my position when it comes to healthcare. This is my position when it comes to law enforcement. As human being, as a black man, I have certain inalienable rights under God. I am not below you. You are not above me. You're not going to tell me what to do. Now, if you decide to cancel my contract with overwhelming force, say it, God, there's nothing I can do about that. But until that time, you're not going to tell me what to do because I'm aware that I can utilize every single facet of what the 1% do to protect myself and govern my own life in any way that I see fit.
So what do you feel about it? Cause some people was complaining that it was put on social media, not by the people who was putting it on there, like the original people who filmed it. Like they probably put it on there to get glory or something, you get me? Like another Pasa World Star type thing.
100%.
But the people who pull it on, like criticizing the girl that was
That's
doing
what
the bullying.
we do. We talk. As a people, unfortunately, we talk because we have lips. And there's no citizenship responsibility in there. We're not really doing the investigation to see what we can do, how we can connect the dots. We talk because we have lips. And that's why anybody feels they can say or do anything against us. Because there's nothing that's going to come back in terms of a critical mass to do anything of any consequence. It's just talk because we have lips. Anybody can criticize anything from the comfort of their armchair on WhatsApp, which is therapy for people who aren't really active in life. But it means nothing.
Obviously, man heard back the recording of the mother in response to people pulling it on social media, you get me? She was just cussing Pierre Badward and...
I heard that vitriol. And it was all raw emotion.
Yeah.
It is raw emotion. And look.
She did say, to give her credit, she did say that she's not defending what her daughter done.
But similarly, when she's talking about the hypocrisy, she's defending what her daughter did.
Okay.
Look, if I'm a parent, I'll tell you straight, I'm not going to discuss how I discipline my child with Uno. But no, my child will be disciplined. No, my child will know what is right and wrong in the world. You will have to look after your own households and make sure you discipline your children when they act in this way. But no, my child will be disciplined. No, I'm not going to entertain you publicly by chastising my child. When we do these foolishness like shaving our children's hair to punish them and humiliate them, remember, digital recordings in this day and age last for perpetuity. Yeah. It lasts forever. So you've just sealed your child's humility for perpetuity. We got to think about those things. It's reactionary. And the role of a parent isn't to be reactionary, it's to be responsible. It's a different art.
So do you feel it being on social media and all of the backlash that they was getting as a family, how do you feel that will affect? Because there's a lot of like them type of incidents there happening, you know, that's been happening. Like I see, even after that video come out, I've seen some more videos like that. I don't know. What do you feel the effect will be for the future of that? Knowing now, like, I don't know if the youth them was conscious that even though I'm putting it up there for clout, I'm doing it because I'm gonna get some type of ratings from my friends them or whatever. En masse, it's not a good look in it. Like people are onto you.
Mm-hmm. You overestimate the thought processes of children.
So what do you think is gonna happen now? Do you think there'll be a decrease in
No.
this type of bullying?
No.
Or what?
No. They're not. Look. There's such a gap, a generational gap in our people, that how we're thinking over here has nothing to do with how young people are thinking over there. And that's why they've created a complete counterculture to anything that we would call decent. That what's happening over there, like that kind of bestial behavior that they're promoting, that's Lord of the Flies. Lord of the Flies happens, or is allowed to happen, for lack of a prevailing wisdom. And pure wisdom is no wisdom. So you sitting down thinking that criticism, that goes in one ear and out the other.
You saying they ain't taking nothing from it to use them?
They're not involved in those conversations. In a peer group, in a WhatsApp group that I might be in, and I belong to over 100 black WhatsApp groups, there's no young people in there.
Yeah.
We're old foots. And if we're not even seeking to make that leap to a generation below us, and it's not even a generation below. Now, when you're talking about Generation X, these are babies born between 2000 and now. There is no significant communication that goes between the two generations.
So what you feel like the type of action should be taken in order to prevent these type of scenarios happening?
Well, we can keep preaching, it's the family, it's the school, start our own schools. At some point, you have to take personal responsibility, not for the overwhelming problem, but for any solution that you can contribute. For me, that's a mass communication platform. And not at my generation, because a lot of us are baked. We talk because we have lips and we're not going to do anything.
From now to Come, man, say it straight. Man, don't listen to BBC. Man, don't listen to ITV.
As all children are being socially conditioned. They're being conditioned by toxic homosexuality, which is different from homosexuality. This is how you live. Now, when something is